countdown to AFCON 2023 in 2024. We have Cecilia Morbridge joining us, our sports anchor. Hi, Cici.
Great to be here, you guys.
Passionate Cecilia. They'll get to know very soon.
Cecilia, you don't look like yesterday's match. You look way better than yesterday's match. You should dress in the spirit of that loss.
Oh, come on, guys. It's pre-AFCON friendly.
What happened?
Pre. It's just a warm-up game. I mean, we won't see it as a big deal. Yes, it's a damper. You know, when you're going to a tournament, you want to go on a high. But, yeah, it just didn't happen for Spirits of Nigeria. I mean, maybe Victor Boniface's injury prior to me just be another damper for them. But I think we could have done better. But we shouldn't be surprised about Joseph Pesero because if you look at his record, it doesn't be good. But this game, I mean, we won't consider the penalty. I thought maybe Musamo should be able to, you know, at least converted that, but he just couldn't do that. So he ended 2-0. Yes, it's a warm-up game. Sometimes it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I mean, Argentina at the World Cup in Qatar, we saw what happened, you know, losing to Saudi Arabia, and everyone thinking what's going to happen to Messi. It's supposed to be last World Cup and everything, but they went on to win it. So maybe we don't have that confidence yet. But I think that this, Joseph Pesero may have seen what he has done with this game. He can take a look at it and see the loopholes he can actually plug, because our first game is going to be on the 14th, which is on Sunday. So when you're looking at that, and also the fact that he was able to test on new players and everything, that will be something we should look at and see. He could be able to plug the hole. And of course, Guinea is not just a small team. They're in a group that has Cameroon and of course the defending champions, Senegal. So they are also a team, you know, looking forward to get into the Nations Cup on a high. But the team will return to Nigeria today. It'll be hosted by the governor, and then they fly to Cote d'Ivoire, you know, in the morning on Wednesday. So, I mean, when you look at okay.
That's his record.
That's his record. Joseph Pesero was appointed May 2022. Look at this record. He has played 16 games and he has won 6, drawing 3, and losing 7. So this is not the record you want to see going into the Nations Cup. The last time we talked about this record, the losses were 6. And then you're looking at 48% win ratio. I mean, for a coach that is coaching so-called a superstar team, because his star-studded team, indeed is not going because of injury. Victor Boniface is also out because of injury.
I hear he's been replaced by...
yes, of course. Yeah, no, he was replaced by Yusuf. And Boniface, I'm trying to remember, Boniface...
Murphy.
Murphy has replaced Boniface before CAF will come. Maybe at the end of the day, CAF will confirm. Before the end of today, CAF will confirm his replacement for Victor Boniface.
Go ahead, just finish.
So when you're looking at that replacement now, Terry Murphy, yes, he's been on form, you know, throughout the season, last season, and of course beginning of this season. So I mean, when he started, you're thinking maybe we're going to be having Victor Sime and Boniface, the two of them, you know, leading this. Yeah, to smart because of their records. I mean, we know how many goals Victor Boniface has scored. Bayern Leverkusen, he plays for them, and they are currently top in Bundesliga. So you're looking at that caliber of striker. You're looking at Victor Sime coming together. But Terry Murphy, he's not a damper, but then we don't know how it's going to work for both of them going into the Nations Cup.
It appears, walk us through some people have this impression that besides the attack, everything is more like an experiment.
Yes.
Including our coach Joseph Pesero, the defense, the midfield, the goalkeeper. In fact, the goalkeeper, somebody went spiritual. I don't want to say what the person said. So how concerned are you about going into AFCON with that kind of team?
Yeah, I think it depends on what he's going. You know, sometimes coaches use their strength. There are some coaches who go into tournaments and they don't have they know where the strengths are. You know, the strength is actually in your attack, so you can make use of that. Make use of the wing. Yes, you know, our fullbacks are really very good, but if you look at the central defenders, I mean, you're thinking of who are you going to pair with. I mean, Kenneth Omeru, yes, is there. Trust Ekong. Then you also look at Shei. Then you also look at, I'm trying to remember, the other guy, Calvin Bassey.
It's a bit tricky packing all of those teams in your head.
Calvin Bassey. So when you look at these players, and then Olaino is also there. So Olaino and Calvin Bassey, their pairing usually is not something you want to go for, because one is slow and the other one is more like a rugby player or something, because he's very aggressive. So you're not looking at how do you bring it Trust Ekong for him to be able to calm that defense back. And you also have Osai Samuel, who loves to go forward and also want to score. So because of his space also, that's another player looking at the back. But the midfield is also lean. And people said, I read a comment yesterday talking about the fact that if your defenders are not good enough, if you don't have a good goalkeeper, the defenders' courage or confidence is actually really, really very low. But I think before the ball gets to the goalkeeper, you're supposed to have a solid defense. So if you don't have a very good goalkeeper, you can be proud of. So what happened? How do you show up your defense? How do you pair your centre backs? How do you pair your full backs for them to come out with the goods?
You know, for me, it's even very concerning because I don't know how you would describe Osimhen. Would you describe Osimhen as a pointsman or somebody that plays from the
pointsman? Yeah, he's a
striker. Problem. And it's a problem.
So he needs the supply more.
Because when you have a weak defense or technically weak defense and there's a pointman striker, it's a problem because he needs to be fed. How does Pesero want to close that gap?
Yeah, I think it comes from the wings, the midfield. That's what we're talking about, the midfield. Let's forget the defense and what happened in the midfield. That's where you have, that's where people like Alex Iwobi comes in, and that's where you have Samuel Chukwueze coming. That's why you also have Moses Simon comes in. So when you have that guy supplying from the wings, we're going to have a better thing. But I think if indeed it was around, fine, he's not around, but we're thinking that because of the forward role, he has been playing for Leicester City and the goals he has scored, that would have been better. Boy, he's out. Maybe Yusuf can actually do that. So you actually need a creative midfielder, and I think that would be the job of Alex Iwobi to actually see how he can distribute the ball, feed into the wingers, and how the wingers can actually cross the ball to the likes of Victor Osimhen. And also because Victor Osimhen is a hustler. Sometimes he wants to go back and goes back, get the ball. But the pressure shouldn't be so much on him, so that his focus will just be on scoring the goals and not going back to help in the defense or in the midfield.
Two issues, because I saw Boniface put up a tweet and he said that, on the 20 Nations Cup, he was injured 7 days before. Now, this one, he was injured 6 days, and he just said, only God knows why. I know a lot of people will miss him, but looking at the group as we wind down, Sisi, we have Ivory Coast.
Yes, there's no station.
We played with the Guinea yesterday, but we have more Guineas in our group. We have Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, and we know that no teams are small. Yes, we support our Super Eagles, but do you have a prediction, Cecilia?
How far can we go?
Oh, I don't know, like maybe semi-finals. With what we have now, if you look at the team and you look at the coach, you could say semi-final will be a win for us. But I think we have a squad that can win the Nations Cup. But I don't have the confidence on the coach.
So, Ivory Coast. Okay, our first match
Equatorial Guinea.
And then what do you see us?
I think we can actually. That's a game we can win because after losing this, you don't expect us to. If we had
lose the next match,
lose the next match. So that's not gonna. I don't know. You can't tell. It's football. But I think.
Thank God. I'm happy you cautioned yourself.
It's football. But against Cote d'Ivoire, we can get the least we can get from Cote d'Ivoire is a draw. I mean, we don't have reference I heard that people have been talking about Galatasaray. I mean, we don't have the stars in Cote d'Ivoire like you used to have the likes of DJ Drogba. Remember 2013 how we beat them, DJ Drogba, and everyone.
Exactly.
So we can, with the less
there's a lot. Let's bring Bukola into the conversation. I don't know, maybe the straight question. I don't know what Bukola wants to ask before we jump out of the street.
Bukola has been dodging this.
Bukola has been dodging this, but now we are practicing set.
It's a Women's Day on the program, gentlemen. So we've had the women during the political segment, and now we have Cecilia. And what more do we need than the woman energy to encourage the Eagles to go?
Bukola, what
question do you have for Super Eagles? Bukola has question.
Well, since
30 seconds.
The injuries, we have quite a number of men down. How do you think it's going to affect, as we go into the
30 seconds,
the start of the game?
Brilliant question, Bukola.
We already know. I talked about we already have replacement for those two players that are injured, and they were not really key players, in our qualifiers and also in our previous tournaments. So as long as Victor Osimhen is not injured, I think I'm okay. Yes, midfield, we don't know what Yusuf is going to bring in, but I think he may just fit into that role. But because of those two injuries, that's why I'm a bit skeptical. At first, I was thinking, we can do this again, we can win it. But with those two injuries, I'm not as confident. That's why I talk about the semi-final. But I think with those two new guys they brought in, the coach knows what to do with those guys and see how we can win it fourth Nations Cup.
Cecilia, you're back on Friday. By the way, look out for us on Friday. We'll be dressed differently. So we're dressed
with our jerseys, right? And I'm going to kick the ball on Friday. I'm going to surprise you guys.
I'm anticipating that.
You don't want women solidarity.
Amazingly, we'll be expecting those jerseys for us at the end of
let's do it again, jersey.
2 working days. Let's have it ahead of time. We want to support the Super Eagles, but no pressure. Well, guys, it's been a fantastic journey so far, and
indeed,
we're hopeful that the Super Eagles will make us proud, and we will be here rooting for them. We hope you've been enjoying every part of the show, and it's time to just bounce. But we must thank Cecilia Morugwa, sports correspondent and anchor, for coming to give us insight on the preparations of the Eagles. I'm Jeffrey Uzama.
Well, stay with us right here on Channels Television. Sunrise Daily is next. You don't want to miss the conversations, but you can always keep the conversation ongoing on X, #CTV Morning Brief. I'm Kaido Ikele.
And we'll be back again tomorrow to rev up your morning. Thank you for staying with us. I am Bukola Koka.
Bye-bye.